All right, it's now time for our match predictions for today's crown jewel taking place in Saudi Arabia. Kind of late with this. I was going to do this a day or two ago, but here we are, just a few hours before showtime. Crown jewel taking place, like I said, in Saudi Arabia. And I'll be honest with you, not a big fan of the Saudi Arabia shows, especially when Vince was running it. I just felt like they were glorified house shows. And because nothing really significant happened, I think of like the greatest Royal Rumble, which was cool to see this giant Royal Rumble. Braun Strowman wins, gets that belt, and it really just means nothing. However, since Triple H has taken over, like everything else, everything has got better, including the Saudi Arabia shows, even though they're still not my favorite. So we move on to a card which is different than all the last several cards, because most of the events, maybe not SummerSlam and of course not WrestleMania, but they've pretty much been a 5 match show, 5 matches per event. So that means it's kind of harder to get on a pay-per-view or a PLE than it used to be. It's kind of set up kind of the way the takeovers used to be, or the takeovers still are, 4 or 5 matches. They get plenty of time, no really throwaway matches. Everything means something, and I like it. However, this show, looking to be about 7 matches. I didn't watch SmackDown last night, so if they added something new officially, other than what they had already announced, then I'm not up on that. So we're going to do 7 matches, and we're going to start out with the WWE Women's Tag Team match. You got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill taking on 3 other teams. You got the Metaphor Girls from NXT. You've got Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, and also Damage Control. And this is a tough one. I see that the champs are better here. They're really better than all these people. I assume we're setting up for a Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair match, maybe even at WrestleMania in Vegas. I don't think the Metaphor Girls win, even though they just kind of are starting to be on the main roster. I don't think they're ready for the tag team titles, even though the tag team titles have been on NXT teams. Then you got, Niven and Chelsea Green would be probably maybe fun to be tag team champions, but they never win. At least Chelsea Green never wins. And then Damage Control really just doesn't really matter without Bayley. So I'm going champs here. We all made our predictions, I think. I don't know. We all picked this one, so I can't remember. I know Brady, I think, also picked the champs retaining. We'll see what happens. It's good that the girls are on pay-per-view and the tag team titles are on, a PLE. And then we move on to the next match, which is going to be the U.S. title match. Another match that's really never on a PLE other than SummerSlam, and they did the huge build-up for LA Knight winning the United States Championship. He had such a big year last year and coming into this year, and, I understand why they're not going to be he's not going to win the world title yet. You had Roman there and the Cody to finish the story. So this was kind of the consolation prize for LA Knight. And so you had all the build-up for that. And, he's kind of just been spinning his wheels since then. And then you've had Andrade, who's the speed champion. He left AEW with, big things in the future, hopefully, and he's the speed champion. So they've not done much with him. And Carmelo Hayes hasn't been anything since NXT. But now I like the best of 7 series. Of course, they really didn't have a winner of that because it's set up for this match with LA Knight being the referee. I would be happy with any of these guys winning. I'm pretty sure LA Knight retains here, and he'll probably hold the title for a long time, unless they're going to ready to move LA Knight to the next level, which I don't think they are yet. Even though with 2 world titles, still LA Knight is not going to be in the world title picture anytime soon. So I think he retains. We all pick that. But I would be fine with any of these guys winning. I like all 3 of these guys, and I hope they have a good match. And it's cool to see the United States title on a PLE. And then we move on to Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. And I'm happy for this. When Bronson Reed came back to WWE, he was very successful as Jonah outside of WWE. When he came back, I thought, man, this would be good. And really, nothing significant happened. And but when he attacked Seth Rollins a month or so ago, it made people take notice. And then he had the feud with Braun Strowman, and I think it's some of the best times for Braun Strowman is when he was the monster, and he's turning over trucks and doing all these superhuman things, and they're kind of having Bronson Reed kind of maybe not to that level, but I like it, and I think it's something fresh for Seth Rollins, who is not my favorite. I like Seth Rollins. He's super talented, but all his gimmick and the stupid outfits and stuff. I don't get it. Maybe I'm too old. I don't know. But I like this match, and this is good for Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins, of course, wins. We all got Seth Rollins winning. Unless they continue this, which they might, maybe Bronson Reed will get the win, but I think we all got Seth Rollins winning this. It's just kind of just congratulations, Reed, that you're even in this match. But I hope this is just the beginning of bigger things for Bronson Reed. Then you got the Randy Orton-Kevin Owens match. And there's been rumors for months that Kevin Owens' contract's up in early 2025 and that, man, he could go to AEW. When his contract was up a few years ago, there was rumors of this, and I thought, you know what? He's got a lot of friends in AEW. He had a big presence on the indie scene, and that just kind of, it goes hand in hand with AEW, so I can see it. He's not getting any younger. And so then when this came up, I said, oh, man, we might lose Kevin Owens. However, the new rumors I read is that he's been signed for a while. They wouldn't be doing this new heel turn if he wasn't. So hopefully that is the case, because I like to see Kevin Owens stay. Even though, honestly, he's not been anywhere near the world title picture, even though I think after this match with Randy Orton, he'll probably fight for the title against Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series. However, he just fought Cody Rhodes a couple months ago. He's not going to win the belt, but I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him more in the main event picture. This is kind of a, these guys had a partnership over the last year, and I got Kevin Owens in this. They're not going to change his character and push him without him winning here, I don't believe. And I love how they did it with Cody Rhodes and the backstage stuff, and we weren't kind of supposed to see it, and fans reported. I love that. I thought that was cool. And then he continued on with Randy Orton. Kevin Owens wins this. I think we all got him winning here. It should be a good match. And then we move on to, we got the champion versus champion, women's champion, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. And this was a tough one for me. I didn't know if they would go with Liv winning, Judgment Day helping, Dominic getting involved, or they would go with Nia Jax and keeping her dominant heel character going. I got Liv Morgan in this. I know, I don't think Ethan picked this one. I think he forgot, but Brady picked Liv Morgan as well. And I see Judgment Day helping at least Dominic, because they're setting up for the Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. So I can see her costing Nia Jax in this match, because really she's not going to lose her real title. She just won't win the Crown Jewel Championship, which doesn't really mean anything. So she could lose this and not lose her belt, and then it continues that feud of eventually what's going to happen. The Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and of course Stratton cashing in the Money in the Bank. Will that happen here? I love it. I'd love to see it. I'm not a Nia Jax fan. I'd like to see Stratton win the belt, but I don't think it's time yet, so we'll see what happens. And then we move on to we could call it a double main event. You got the original Bloodline, Roman Reigns and the Usos, taking on Solo Sikoa, and two members of the new Bloodline, which I don't think they've announced officially yet, probably Fatu and Tama Tonga. Tonga Loa is a little step down from those guys. I think the heels win here. Lincoln picked the good guys winning. I think Ethan also said the good guys winning in this. But Brady, I think, have the heels winning because they're setting up for Survivor Series and War Games. I think the heels go over here because the good guys will win at Survivor Series in the bigger match that they've been setting up for a long time. I'm not sure who else will get involved. I don't know who could be joining. Could there, it's probably going to be 5-on-5 at War Games at Survivor Series in Vancouver. But I don't know who those people will be. Possibly Owens, possibly Sami Zayn involved. Who knows? But I think the heels win in this match. And then the main event, champion versus champion, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. WWE World Champion, World Heavyweight Champion versus the World Heavyweight Champion. WWE Champion, I guess, versus World Heavyweight Champion. This is another tough one. I can see Gunther winning here because they want to keep him dominant. But I'm going with Cody, and I think we all got Cody here. This is a big moment. He is the star. He is the featured guy in WWE right now, and I see them going, if this ends the show, Cody wins, I think. And, he's going to get that belt, which they said is not going to be brought over here now. It's going to be left in Saudi Arabia at the WWE Experience, I think they call it. But he's going to get a ring, which is, it's different. I like it. So I'm not, it's something to help Crown Jewel. But I think Cody wins, and we all got Cody winning, I believe. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the other way. But I think Cody will win this, especially if it's the final match of the night. Enjoy Crown Jewel today in Saudi Arabia, and, we'll see what happens. Survivor Series at the end of this month.